Hello and welcome to Onk Plays. We are in Dwarf Fortress today, in a world that's just been born. This world is entitled The Planets of Soul, and the fortress that our intrepid dwarves are attempting to create will be called Anvilseal. They've given their group a name, the Mighty Anvils, and they have chosen the side of a mountain here as the spot where they will be making their, hopefully, forever home. Now, what is unique about this mountain is really that it features not one, but two different volcano calderas. As you can see here, we have the first volcano, and then slightly to the northeast, we have an additional volcano. Now, these aren't erupting now, but our dwarves have grand designs of someday creating a grand fortress nestled in between these two behemoths. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, to get started, we are going to meet our intrepid band of 7. They've been outfitted with very few supplies and, of course, a wagon, which you can see up here. Oops. And we're going to dive into it. So let's first meet these dwarves. Our expedition leader, start with first, Irish Idgim, or Idgim, or if you would prefer, Rock Twists. Values romance, has good focus, swayed by emotions, a poor spatial sense though, and a bit frail, and values self-control. I was a little surprised when Irish got elected as the expedition leader, but we'll see how this goes. Irish, I should mention, is also a miner. A proficient miner. Be happy, she says. Let's meet Mebzith next. Mebzith is Irish's friend, I believe. Yes, they're friends. In fact, all of these dwarves are quite friendly with one another. Also a proficient miner, so we brought 2 miners along. Disdain's sacrifice is shameless, has good focus, not lustful, avoids fights, and single-minded. Kib's up next. Kib is going to be our stonecutter and mason. Seems to be a rather happy dwarf. Disdain's truth, though. Lustful, overcautious, creative. Disdain's law, and altruistic. It's an interesting combination. Very good feel for social relationships and a good intellect. And also friends with most of the group. So Stonecutter and Mason. Welcome, Kid. Lead is next. 60-year-old, good memory, developed empathy, high willpower, not musical, slow to love, and sloppy. Now, hopefully, the sloppy doesn't get us into too much trouble, because Lead will be our dwarf who is in charge of the farms once we get them up and running. I think that's going to take a little bit. Moving on to Ineth, who is our brewer. A brewer, a cheesemaker, and a shearer. Also says he's fine, disdains harmony, values power, gracious and not vengeful, patient and does have a poor focus, which might be a problem for a brewer, but I guess we shall find out. Our cook is Iton Furnace Cyrillix. Furnace relics? Furnace relics. Item furnace relics. Low stamina, extravagant, disdains tradition, values harmony, values merriment, and disdains martial prowess. I think this guy is going to be a good addition, as he's a cook, and he values merriment and harmony, so hopefully that shows through his cooking. And last but not least, the dwarf who I thought might get elected as the expedition leader, but did not, Aesop, chaste lands, disdains introspection, is not musical, which is probably fine, not vengeful, a bit ungrateful and bad with words, and not dutiful. Maybe that explains why he wasn't elected. He's got the carpenter skill, and is probably going to end up serving as our doctor, manager, and record keeper. So, I don't know how many people have spent time in Dwarf Fortress before, but if you haven't, this game is mostly about managing the direction of what the dwarves do, but not necessarily dictating their every single task. So, our goal here, because we're on the side of a mountain, as you can see, and we're going to zoom out just a little bit so we can get more of the screen to show here. You can see our wagon is up here. If we go up several Z levels, you can see that the mountain kind of sprawls and then climbs up to these to the calderas at the top. It looks like it's pretty snowy. It's still early spring. I forgot to mention, we do have a little bit of water on this map, not much. It's currently frozen, but there should be a creek or a brook that is forming down here. So I'm guessing that that will freeze up during the winter. That will provide some challenges as well. And those of you who are observant might have noticed that we don't really have any trees on this map, which is going to present another challenge that I don't think that I've faced before. Now, there are some mods for Dwarf Fortress that allow you to make beds out of stone. I don't have those mods installed, or that mod installed, so we will need wood to make beds. Fortunately for us, we've brought a whole bunch of wood, and our dwarves hope to tunnel down to the cavern layer and perhaps find some trees there. So before we let the mighty anvils begin on their excavation, we need to find a place where they can live temporarily as they begin to build this giant fortress. And the idea here, if we scroll back down, the idea that I'm thinking about is turning this into a large lava pit at some point, which would then cascade and taper down into the valley here and probably run off the map down at the southern end. That's the tentative plan right now, but no, especially in Dwarf Fortress, no plan like that survives contact with the random elements and perhaps dwarven engineering. We'll of course need to fill this lava pit though, so one of the ideas that one of our dwarves came up with was to maybe run a lava fall down this direction towards the lava pit and another one here, which would then allow us to build bridges across those two lava falls and hopefully allow us to control who gets access to the fort. And then maybe one day, after some time, a giant edifice will be right here. But these dwarves are underground creatures, so I think we want to get them started underground somewhere. It's a bit of a trek, especially from the wagon, since the wagon is way down here. But I think we need to set the miners on beginning to dig right in this area here, or perhaps here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to start hollowing the mountain out. Now, one other thing that is probably worth noting, and I don't know how long this fort will last. Lots of forts have a tendency to meet their untimely end well before their prime. But we want to try and get access to water, and of course lava soon. But this is an untamed wilds biome, which means that I'm pretty sure we're going to find all kinds of crazy creatures inside this biome. And we're finding some galena. That's cool. I'm just going to have them start excavating out towards the volcano, towards the southern caldera. They're not southern. That's the western one. We have rhyolite, which is kind of cool. And let's create, I think I want a meeting zone in here, and a stockpile is what I'm hoping to have happen. Meeting area, there it is. Oh, it looks like the snow is melted, thank goodness. And we won't make it an unnamed meeting hall, but we'll call it Anvilseal's temporary meeting hall. Excuse me. And you'll notice that the dwarves are actually making their way into the meeting hall there. I think what I want to do next is let's get a couple of workshops online, since we have space for them now that our miners are tunneling out. I want to make a stoneworker workshop. Boy, you guys are just... Sure, why the heck not? You'll notice we have some nether cap logs here, but we're just going to use the rhyolite, because wood is at a premium here. And we were going to set about making some blocks, and I want this task to repeat indefinitely. I want them to go hard on making blocks there, guys. Found some turquoise. Oh, look at that. That's great. Now, oh my goodness, that is a long ways. Yeah. Got some snow there. We want to break that wagon down ASAP. So we'll remove that. We'll get some wood from the wagon as well. There we go. Okay. We're digging this out. That's great. I think what we're going to do is, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a pen out here. How many blocks do we have? We have a ton of blocks. So once you're done with that, stop, and let's make a rock door. That's not rock. Make one rock door. Okay, and they've actually brought the animals inside, which is... I think it's fine for right now, but I think we probably should have them pastured up here, at least temporarily. And let's add some folks to it. A yak and a horse. Really? I don't know that I ordered that, but okay. Okay, so we got some turquoise going on. They're digging. This is good. Oh, that door must be done. Let's put a door on this place. Gonna dig a little bit more out here. I'm gonna change a little bit of this. Being too... Let's give that back. Be enough space there. Doesn't matter. And we should probably build some more workshops, so that's what we're gonna do. We need a still. And we'll make it out of blocks. And I think we need a still in farming. A kitchen. Throw that together. It's always a little... You always get a little bit of apprehension. When you're first building the fort, you want to get everything inside, out of the elements, out of the way, so that you don't have to worry about, especially in these untamed wilds, you can get some very strange creatures. So that's what I'm most concerned about here. The next thing we need to do is just a random stockpile in here where we can just dump all of our things. Because after they've been dumped, and everything's underground and locked behind a door, as you can see here, then we feel a lot more safer. Or a lot safer. Not a lot more safer. And even with 2 miners, it takes a while to dig all of this out. Okay, so now we're going to start... I don't think I can use work orders just yet. That's because we don't have a manager. So we have an expedition leader, which is Irish. We need a manager. And that's going to be Aesop, because he's a competent organizer. But he needs an office. And we're going to make him the chief medical dwarf as well, because he's got a diagnostician. Or he's got some diagnostician skills. We probably want him to be our bookkeeper because he's a competent record keeper. But you can see, like, I've got to put together an office for him. So we need a table and a chair for this dude. And if you make the chairs out of wood, then they are chairs. And if you make them out of rock or stone, they are thrones. I think it's time to stockpile this up. All right. I'm going to do custom here. And you can put anything you want in here, guys. That's really the key to it. Just know, I don't think I want corpses. Don't think I want refuse, although we shouldn't be generating too much refuse. I guess we'll find out. And then, yeah, bring all the wood in. This is going to trigger a whole bunch of stuff. And people are going to start, hopefully, hauling all of that stuff in. Guess we need to build a carpenter shop as well. I think I'll throw that down here. Only need one. Oh, I've got plenty of logs. Let's make some more blocks, or use it out of blocks. No water source. Oh, and we've got some administrative stuff to do, so I'm gonna pause the game real quick. What do you mean by administrative stuff? Well, I don't think that's a worry. No farm plots yet. We won't have any woodcutters because nobody does that, sadly enough. We don't really have a place to hunt, although that might have been a good idea to do. Always like to do that. Everybody does plant gathering. If you can find plants on this map, gather them, by God. I haven't decided if we're going to make a bunch of custom work details. We'll figure that out. Here's our standing orders. No automatic weaving. We're going to only use dyed cloth, so we're playing in a newly generated world with the most recent patch where we have a whole expansion to the dye of the world. So if we get a chance to, we're going to explore that. Slaughter marked animals. Don't want them grabbing webs unless we tell them to. Butchering and auto cleaning is good. Don't automate the kitchen, and don't automate the tannery. Workers gather animals, food, furniture, bodies, minerals, and wood. Sure. Refuse and dumping. I don't think I need to do anything with this right now. Hopefully not anything to do with sieges at the moment. And we don't have any children, so I'm not going to worry about that. Nobody only farmers harvest. Okay. I'm happy with that. Oh, the other thing that's really important is that if you're carrying seeds with you, like I am, I don't want them cooking the plump helmets and eating them. I want them to brew those. But we don't have a lot of meat, which could be a problem. So we'll see how that goes. Now you'll also notice that you can also potentially cook plump helmet spawns or seeds. You definitely don't want to do that. That's like one of the pro tips that I do know about this game. A lot of the seeds you just don't want to cook, and you don't want to brew them if you can help it. Also, you'll notice that I've got 36 and 17 dwarven beer and rum. These are set to be allowed to be cooked with right now, and I really would prefer that not to happen as well. I want the dwarves to be able to drink that. So we're we might be in a pickle here in a bit for food. But I think that's all I wanted to get started there, so good on you, dwarves. Let's keep hauling all that stuff into... You can see they're bringing the nether cap logs in. There's a barrel of rum. Got our carpentry set up. This is going to only be used for beds, since we have to be really judicious with how much wood that we consume on the map. And we're going to start by making... We'll make 4 beds. Dwarves will really kind of sleep in shifts, so we don't have to worry too terribly much about having 7 beds for our 7 dwarves. And we've got that good to go, so let's put our manager's office over here. Why does the manager need an office anyways? Office. Here you guys go. I'm gonna call it admin office because he's serving a whole bunch of different roles right now. But right now the manager's office is the important one. We can go back to our nobles tab and make sure. Yeah, he's satisfied now. He just needed a place to work. Okay, let's keep these miners. Well, I was going to have the miners stay busy, but I don't think that's a good idea at this point. But we are going to expand the stockpile. Let them haul the rest of the stuff in from where the wagon was. Because I think there's a lot of stuff down there. A lot of stuff still. Oh yeah, look at all this stuff. Oops. Yeah. Gotta haul that in, dwarves. Let's drop down here. Let's make another zone. Look at all that water. Oh, this is just a brook. That might actually be a good thing to... We need to get water very, very soon. I think we need to get water before next winter. So that's going to be a challenge. Alright, now we should be able to use the work orders menu, and let's make work orders. Let's make a work order menu. Make rock, oh, just rock block, I think. And we're going to add some automation. Whenever we get 10 boulders, make 10 rocks, or make 10 blocks. Now for those of you who are wondering, rock blocks, why would you want to use blocks instead of boulders? Because you could just use these boulders that are laying around here, the orthoclase or the rhyolite or whatever. You certainly could use those. The problem with that is that in certain situations, your dwarves will be far less efficient with them when they do that. And we want more efficiency with our dwarves. Bro, what are you doing over here? They're waiting for construction. Okay. Oh, there's not a lot of food on this map at all. Just gonna start expanding this here with our diggers. I know that I said we needed to haul more stuff in, but I'm getting anxious. So we have the opportunity to throw some beds down, so let's do that. I'm thinking over here is going to be a nice little spot. Keep building. There we go. I always forget about that. Okay, so we have a few beds over there. We're going to make another zone, and we're going to call it a dormitory. It's not the mighty Anvil's dough. That's what happens when you try and get too fancy with your names. I think we should make some mugs too. Dwarves have a tendency to really appreciate having something to drink their booze out of. And we only need a few, maybe like 7. That's a lot. Hopefully our stone worker gets started on that. I'm watching these guys. It's quite a long ways. We still have plenty of stuff to haul up, as you can see. Now we need to start some farming too, because we're going to run out of food very, very quickly. And that might be the end of it for us. So you might be asking, why are you making a pit pond here? Well, in order for us to be able to grow crops underground, we're going to have to tunnel down to a cavern layer, which is probably going to take too much time. Or we have to take water, which is way the heck down there. And we have to dump it on the ground, which will create some mud, and then hopefully, we can create some farm plots on that. We have enough. I want them to dig that stuff out, but we really need to focus on some of the other tasks that are coming in. We've got enough space hollowed out here. We need to bring our stuff inside. Okay, Kib can do some fishing. I don't know if there's any fish down there. No water source. Okay. I was afraid of this. Water source. There's your water source. It's a long ways away, guys. I'm really sorry. Oops. I was going to make that a quick jump to location because I feel like we're going to need to come back to this a few times. There we go. Yeah, see, we've got... I think I'm going to pause this rock block. You know, well, I guess it's actually not active right now. I really screwed that up. We're going to let him work for a couple of minutes here. Beds installed. That's great news. Something that I've always liked about this game is just how, like, crazy things can get when you're not paying attention or you don't know what's going on. Finally getting around to installing all that furniture too. Enith is installing the chair. Just waiting for the construction there. Go back and look at tasks. Okay, Kib's actually getting us some fish, so I need to build a fisherman's workshop. Fishery, that's what I want. Select material after placement, yeah. I don't want them using our wood. Our wood stocks are so valuable. This is actually kind of concerning. I don't know that I've done this right because I shouldn't be saying that. What are you working on? Preparing some raw fish. Good for you, buddy. Can we do it with one? I wonder if there's any soil. Maybe I can find some soil on this map. I doubt it. So it looks like it goes from sand to rock. like immediately along here. Oh, cinnabar down there. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to be doing anything in here, at least for the time being. Let's jump back down here. You're getting water. Kid dance labors. Yep. Guys just left a... Oh, there's 4 buckets down here. Great. Well, I suppose I understand. Alright, we're going to have to do something here. I can't have these guys starving. That would be really bad. So we are going to create a little farm down here until we can figure out exactly how we want to get water up into the main fortress. Because most of our crop seeds are underground. And the million-dollar question is, since this is now subterranean, can I put a farm plot on here? Oh, please, oh, please. Oh, I can. Alright. Pause that real quick. Throw another 3x3 in here. Yeah, 3x3 down here. Okay, so that's going to be like a crap ton of farm plots. In fact, we could probably cancel this one. And go back out there. Dig this out. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I just think I saw, yep, oh, there's bees. Are those bees? Where did you guys go? Oh. Those are not bees, those are mosquitoes. At least they're not giant mosquitoes. Okay, I'm gonna need to build another door, so we'll ask him to do that. Let's just make one for now. Make it out of rhyolite. Oh, the stockpile needs to get bigger. Let's add to the stockpile, boys and girls. And have we finished transferring all of our goods? Nope, not yet. There really is a lot of it. Food and drinks going down. We need to get the cook going. Let's make some standing orders. We'll do easy meals for now. Let's add some automation to that. Unrotten prepared meals is less than 35. We're going to cook 10, and we need unrotten solid cookable items greater than 10. Actually, greater than 9. So what this will do, in case you don't know, is it is going to go in and prepare easy meals once we fall below 35. And we don't have very many dwarves, so dwarves are going to eat on average, a single dwarf is going to eat on average 8 meals a year. So 8 times 7, 56. 56 to roughly 60 meals a year. So I think we can keep our heads above water there with that. Let's do some checked daily. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with it being checked daily. You can have it checked after a certain amount of time as well. We also want to brew drink from plant. Sure. And dwarves drink 5 times a season. So they drink a lot more, roughly, on average. So that's going to mean that we need 140 a year. So I feel like if the amount of drinks is less than 50, try that with a 5, and the unrotten fermentable plants is greater than 9, which we currently don't have. Then we need to brew. Is it really less than that? Like we're really that far out right now? I got 30 plump helmets. And a whole bunch of seeds. We have a whole bunch of plump helmets. What's going on here? Did I say you couldn't brew them? Maybe I'm stupid. Allowed to be brewed. Okay. Oh, maybe it just wasn't satisfied for that check. Hang on. Brew drink from plant. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Look at all these store items in stockpile. Once we get the stuff moved away from the wagon's crash site, for lack of a better word, then we are going to... Can't even find it. Here it is. Then we're going to set our miners on the task of extending this creek. Oh, and I forgot. We need to do some stuff with this. Okay. Let's plant some plump helmets. Let's plant some plump helmets. And let's plant some plump helmets. This thing right here is all plump helmets all day long. And I think we can build some more farming stuff. I forgot to get this going. We really... Okay, so that I can't do. So I actually have to go here. And then I have to go here. That's fine. So I can plant stuff, hopefully, or at least hopefully I can plant it. I don't know why I had them dig out 2 here, so we're going to have to build a wall. So we can put a door. Light, and then we're going to build a door. Okay, so what I was saying is we've kind of gotten the fortress started. We'll let this run a little bit more because we still have a lot of work to do. But we need to start harvesting some of this water. We need to run this water up into our fortress. And how we're going to do that is we're going to carve a tunnel that goes from these brooks here. We're probably going to connect the brooks. And then we're going to run a tunnel probably parallel here, just under these farm plots. And we'll just run it all the way up here. Probably between the volcanoes, because this is on level 38. Once we have a little reservoir from the brooks, which would be great, then we'll need to kind of tunnel down from the main part of the fortress here. And then we can worry about getting water up to this level at some point. We're out of food storage items. Oh my goodness. We need some rock pots. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm a bad manager. What can I say? So, the rock pot is an alternative to the barrel. And since wood is at a premium for this, then we're going to be making rock pots. I'll pause the game after that save there real quick. Ooh, yummy. There's cave lobster biscuits. Nice. Okay, so we're cooking up some food. He's brewing some drink. Enith is brewing drink. Hopefully you're our brewer. Yeah. He's doing carpentry, fish cleaning, stone cutting. You gotta be versatile at the beginning of a fortress like this. Gotta be versatile if nothing else. Hell. It's slightly disappointing. I was hoping we'd get 2 yaks, but we ended up with 1 yak and a horse. Which, come to think of it, we could build a farmer's workshop in here, too. Let's build a farmer's workshop. Let's build a couple of farmer's workshops, or just one, actually. It's okay. Don't need to go crazy. 1 farmer's workshop out of rhyolite blocks, please. And the reason that we're going to do this is so that we can get some milking jobs going. The milking jobs will give us, hopefully, some yak's milk. And so that we can make cheese, which is great, right? That's another variety of food for our bearded friends here. Uncookable item. Okay, so we can't make easy meals because we don't have uncookable items. Yeah, don't show again. 24. Weird. Okay, so we got a perch. 1 perch between the 7 dwarves. Not good. No raw fish. I have 46 prepared meals. I think we're doing fine on food for the moment. And we're not going to, again, I want them to really, I'm trying to give them the least amount of work that we can so that we can get the hauling done, so we can get everything inside the fortress. All of this really isn't much of a fortress, is it, you guys? It's more like a hole in the ground that we have carved out. So just in case there is predators, we can lock the door. Let's check on that farm. Hey, someone planted some stuff. All right. That's all right. That's good. That's good. When I selected this site to embark on too, I didn't really think about how difficult the food situation was going to be, because generally speaking, dwarves will just kind of live off the land if you don't have like a focused plan for food for them. And what I mean by that is, like, if you have a lot of trees, lots of maps people will embark on, they'll have lots and lots of trees, and those trees oftentimes can be bearing fruit. So yeah, there you go. You've got, a whole bunch of food, herbs, and all kinds of other stuff that just kind of grows and you just pick it up off the ground and eat it. In this particular instance, there's no trees on this map, and so you're not going to get a lot of that natural fruit. And it doesn't even look like there's a lot of like bushes or anything like that. It's kind of barren. Like no bushes. Like pebbles, rocks, mosquitoes, sand. Which, let's be fair, the sand is going to be awesome because we'll be able to make glass out of it. Here comes some plump helmets. Oh, that's great. That makes me happy. Keep picking up your stuff, guys. There's not a lot of stuff out here, to be honest. Like, it used to be stacks of stuff, and now it's just like splints and logs and a plant barrel with plump helmets in it, which, I mean, we could take those down. Oh, they need to be upstairs, actually. They need to be up here. But this is good news. Like, I've seen the food going up and the drink going up, and the seeds are going up as well. The plants are going down, which is fine. So it's a lot of walking right now. What are you guys working on? They're meeting up in the meeting place. And I think I could actually carve this out if I wanted to give them a view of the lava, but I just kind of think maybe that's a bad idea. Like, there's not a lot going on over in this corner here just yet. All right, we need to edit these jobs. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to 1. Actually, it should be greater than 0. If I've got something to cook, then cook it. And we'll do 1, oops. We'll do 1 at a time. And then we're just gonna set the target numbers on these for what we roughly think we'll need for half of a year. So that's 28 on meals, which we'll just leave it at 30. Nice round number. And then drinks, we need 140, so this is gonna go into the less than 70. Sure. Yeah, there we go. And, oh, hey, you know what I screwed up? I've got these mugs. I don't think I need mugs. Hang on a second. So let's look at something in the stocks. I have 8 mudstone mugs. So I got mugs for free on the embark. I didn't realize that you got some free stuff with your embark. Nice. Alright. So we don't need mugs, but we do need rock pots. And you'll notice that the rock pots are not going to this place here, to this workshop, because you can't make rock pots at a stoneworker's workshop. As strange as that sounds. So let me see where it is. It's crafts. Sure. We can always use one of these anyways. And I bet you all of those jobs, all of those tasks for the rock pots that we need are gonna just like pop right in here. At least that's the hope. Heighten. Great job, dude. Much appreciated. Did they come up? Yeah, make rock pot. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Because we're running out of, like, food storage and, coincidentally, stockpile storage. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a couple more. This is the kitchen, and this is the still. So we're going to make a little stockpile for food right here. And we're going to go custom. And we're going to say all prepared meals. No. No meat. All meals. And so what this is going to do is it's going to trigger some hauling jobs. They'll pull stuff out of the stockpile that's prepared, and they'll put it in here. Hopefully. That's what I want them to do. You never really know with dwarves. They're just going to do their own thing. Sometimes you give them the wrong directions. So now I want a drink stockpile, or booze. Yeah, here we go. Drink plant and drink mead. Perfect. So once it's brewed, it's going to get tossed in this stockpile. And you'll notice that that's conveniently placed right next to our meeting hall, which is right here. And we're going to also do a dining hall on this as well. Because a meeting hall is kind of just like where the dwarves go to socialize. So you can double up on these. Right? Let's make it double up. We'll do that. And it's overlapping. You'll see how it's overlapping something. That's why it says overlapping. Anvilseal dining hall. Not hall. Just dining. That's fine. We get those rock pots. You'll notice that our prepared meals are getting dumped over here now. Yeah, we're running out of food storage items still, but Iton's got us covered there. Bro. Okay, he's almost done with the rock pots. Now here's what we're gonna do. I want to make some rock blocks again. But this is going to be like a low priority job. And if the... Yeah, we need both of these guys. $20. And we're going to make this one. Or actually, if you've got a boulder and you got less than 20 blocks, grab a boulder and chop up and make that thing a block. Make them into blocks. So this is going to just be one. We'll start. We have to go like real easy on these guys, otherwise they're just going to start freaking out and they'll focus on things to the point where, like, you want specialization if you can get it, but if you can't get it, like they haven't even built this stuff. It's nice that we've got this walled off, and we've got plump helmets coming in, but like these guys here still haven't been created. And that was a long time ago. So you've got like these farm plots, some plant seed. There's a lot of work for 7 dwarves to do here. Let's keep moving. Where are you going with that wheelbarrow, bro? We'll get 2 that are taking a nap. No more fish. Yeah, okay. These guys are socializing, hopefully. Oh. Enith and Mebzith. Okay. Enith and Mebzith have taken to a new romance. Good on you, dwarves. Y'all need some happiness. Let's keep track of those tasks. So you can see how like the tasks are running low in this task queue. So what that means is that stuff will start getting prioritized, and I'm guessing we have moved everything inside. Have we done it? No, we haven't yet, dwarves. Oh, maybe because the stockpile's full. Gee, you think? All right. We're going to expand the stockpile temporarily. Boom. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. This stockpile. And we want to add to it. There we go. And that's going to create some tasks over here. Boom. All of a sudden, we got more items to store in those stockpiles. Now, I guess they could, if they wanted to, like, this dwarven beer could get moved over here, right? Let's make sure that this is right. One of the things that I would really like to see with this game is you can be extremely specific about what you want to put in different stockpiles. Right? I mean, this list just goes on forever, right? We're still in the A's. Man meat. Don't know where that comes from. Doesn't matter. But we've got this huge list, so you can be very, very, very specific about what you want in your stockpiles. What's allowed in which stockpile. Which is awesome for creating these little mini automation tasks. But the problem is that I can't generalize things. And a lot of times what I want to do is just say, hey, if there's a dwarf that's thirsty, I want them to go to this stockpile. And if there's a dwarf that's hungry, I want them to go to this stockpile, right? And that currently, like, it's there in the game, right? But I don't care whether it's plant drink or animal drink at this point, right? We've got mead and bumblebee mead here, and here's all of the booze. I don't really care about that. I just want this to be a place where they're going to go to eat and drink. And it's next to the dining hall, so hopefully that helps, right? But there's just like, we've got the specificity that we want. Maybe now we can get, maybe sometime in the future, hint, hint, it would be great to see a little bit of more generalization for certain things or groups of things. Make it easier. Just a thought. We got 10 rock pots. Let's make another job. Rock pot. And we're gonna do some rock pots here. And I want you to make one at a time. And shoot, I don't know. I kind of don't really want them using like pretty stone for this. So yeah. If I have less than 10, wow, that's too many. Just enough to kick in. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to come back and edit that job in just a second. Rock pot, because I want that to be a specific type of rock pot. And in my mind, the rhyolite is the least visually appealing stone that we have access to right here. Like orthoclase, that red is really pretty. We got some silver hanging around here. Galena. Alunite. Don't make pots out of alunite, guys. Like, this is another really pretty stone. So yeah, it's going to be rhyolite that we want. Rock pots. And let's make them out of rhyolite. So make rhyolite rock pot or rhyolite pot. Let's look at... Yeah, we got 44 rally blocks. So we've got plenty of blocks. Okay. Hey, I think we're going to be okay. I was really worried about the food situation, the food and the drink situation, and getting everything inside. And we're kind of rolling down towards the end of this particular episode, and we've just about got everything inside. These guys have been hauling like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things left. 7 items left from the wagon. We started on this desolate mountainside right here when we arrived. And now we've kind of made a home for ourselves, at least on this level. It's not much. And we are into, where are we at here? 4th Amalekite, so we're midsummer. With the stray horse running around here. Yeah, get back up there. Every once in a while, these guys will kind of just like... What a dichotomy. Tough versus sickly. Yeah, annoyed by being caught in the rain? Oh, that's right, I forgot. Do I have my farming? Yes, I do. My farmer's workshop is ready. Okay, let's double check that we've gotten everything pulled in. One thing. Store item in stockpile. Okay. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it, guys. Okay, so this general stockpile is getting full up with boulders. Don't put any stone in that stockpile, boys and girls. Just don't add any more to it, please, for the love of all that's holy. Don't do it! Go get that rope, though. I'm gonna leave that rope out in the rain. I bet you were out of room in the stockpile again. Yep, because we were putting boulders into it. See, this is the type of thing that happens. The dwarves will do whatever they darn well please. And they have a tendency to take orders quite literally. Which is fine. I suppose it's fine. Lots of real happy thoughts. This is a real close-knit group of dwarves. Like, they work together really well. I'm impressed. I don't remember my previous runs looking like this at all. But for real, guys, y'all need to get on this. We need a water cistern back here. You know what? I can't wait anymore. We just can't wait. Like, this is unacceptable. Like, it's midsummer. By the time... in another 3 months, this is going to freeze, and we might not even have any water. Now, we do have enough for our crops here, which is fine, but I want water into the fortress. Some deep parts of this, I suppose. I don't know that we're gonna have enough pressure. Oops, those should be ones. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to connect these. I don't know that we're ever going to get water this far with just a brook. It might not, that might not be a thing. And then this just amounts to a fool's errand. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Did we get that rope? Please tell me we got the rope, guys. Like, I will be gravely disappointed. Is it gone? It's gone. We got the rope. Everything is inside. Let's add mugs to this. No, it's not. Who cares? They'll eventually get the mugs over there. It's looking good. It's definitely looking good. Ooh, dangerous terrain. What's going on here? Well. I do not understand the dangerous terrain, but fine. Y'all are weirdos. Nobody wants to build the rest of my farm plots either. These guys have got like this long tunnel that they've got to build all the way through here. They'll probably go just straight down. I don't know if that's actually where I want that, but time will tell. This might be a good central shaft for the fortress. We're brewing. We're socializing. I think we should build a trade depot. Let's try and get a trade depot in here too. I think our dwarven comrades will come in the fall. I don't know what we're gonna trade. Blocked at this location. Really? Why? Yeah, that's fine. Hornblende. Oh, well. They're making good progress. These guys are actually pretty darn fast. These ladies of the fortress. That's the... Oh, we got red tourmaline, too. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Sphalerite. Sphalerite's another pretty one. Okay, we got our trade depot up. And with that, I think... Let's make another workshop. Because we do have some gems laying around. We can trade those gems and encourage our mountain home. When they come to trade, we can encourage them to, shall we say, give us wood. Because I think that's going to be like the limiting resource when we actually go to dig out bedrooms and to furnish them. Because you have to build beds out of wood. You can't build them out of stone or anything else. So that's what we're going to do. And we need to have something to trade them. So here's our jewelers. It's probably not going to be the best cut jewels. But, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of rough turquoises that I can haul, or that I can cut. You know, we'll make that low priority. And, yeah. Oh, dear. I just noticed this. We have a migrant wave coming in, too. This is going to be great. Cut gems. We're going to cut one gem. Again, gotta give the dwarves just littlest things to start with. If you have them start making big chunks of work, then they'll stop, or not stop, but they will kind of get stuck on those tasks of making like 10 or 20 or 50 of these things. When you don't really need it, you just need a couple of things to keep the fortress going. And so that's what we're gonna do. If the amount of rough gems is greater than 0, then cut one. Just make sure that's right. Amount of rough gems greater than 0. Yeah. Now we've got some migrants that are coming in, so let's see where we end up. So it looks like we got 5 in that migrant wave. Let's go take a look. One, two, three, four, 5. 5 new migrants. Welcome, guys. Oh, good Christ. What is going on here? Am I reading this correctly? Alath Xenosphicod has showed up. She's very young dwarf. Not ambitious, resists sickness, disdains competition, poor, empathy, zany, and envious. She is a legendary stone crafter and an adequate shearer. So, let's take a look at her. Yeah, and then of course she's brought all of her children. So let's meet the kids briefly. Unib, who is going to turn into a peasant next year. He's 17 years old right now. This is great. Okay. Let's go back to mom. Athel. Slipsalve. Athel Slipsalve. 16 years old, so 2 years, and he'll be an adult. Disdains friendship, unassertive, frail, disdains interest, sickly, poor empathy. This dwarven child sounds like he's just not going to do very well if he doesn't want to be in the rain, or he doesn't want to do hard work. And we don't have any toys. I didn't bring any toys with me, so sorry guys. 15 years old. Man, mom started early. 15 years, so 15, 16, and 17 years old. Disdains tradition, hateful, patient, poor memory, incurious, and developed empathy. It's quite the combination there, Rakist. And for the youngest, I'm just gonna say, youngest son, Zolben, 14 years old. No. Okay, she took a break. 11 years old. Resists sickness, good focus, not anxious, a little bit zany. Zany? Poor spatial sense, and disdains friendship. These are kind of like the antisocial children. The most antisocial dwarven children I've seen, or antisocial bunch. Good lord. Alright. So our migrant wave, just to recap, our migrant wave consisted of one adult, who happens to be, Legendary Stonecrafter at this point for your rock pots and all of the other furniture and stuff is going to be amazing. Lots of happy thoughts coming, guys. That's great. But she brought her 4 kids. And she's got 2 lovers, which I don't think have joined her. Seabrick. Keep an eye out for Seabrick, perhaps. Where's the other lover? Nope. No idea. Well, welcome, Laugh. Yep, everyone's getting to know each other there. Talking with an acquaintance. Does she know someone in the fort? She knows Iton. She knows Mr. Furnace Relics. Okay, then. Alright, so the word has gotten out. That's what that means. And I think it's time to set up our shearing jobs and our milking jobs. So let's do that real quick. Yeah, well, sorry, let the time run here. We got 2 animals we can milk, so let's do that. Do 2 animals once a month. And we want to do something on here. That's not a one-time order. Every month. 3 starts have completed, checked monthly. So go milk the animals, and that'll give us some additional ingredients. Cut gems, hey! Let's change this stockpile. No cut glass, no cut stone, just rough gems and rough glass. So disallowing that from the general stocks, and then we're gonna put just a teeny little stockpile right here, like so. We'll do custom. I could probably find it on there, but you know what? I don't care. Oh, you know what? I screwed that up. Want to go allow the other one. Go allow those. Cut stone is fine in this one still. Go check on our good. Yeah, let's make those jobs priority, guys. Because I want to start some cave wheat that'll allow us to brew some dwarven beer. We got plenty of other seeds. Like, we got a ton of seeds. We should be using them. It's a long ways, though. That's a long walk, you know? Let's see how this water tunnel's going. Dang. This might not be done. Guess we'll find out. Time will tell. There's some tourmalines. Milky quartzes. Be nice if we could allow a bin in here. think I need wood for the bins, though. Can I make rock bins? I know you can make metal bins, but that is not what I want. Quite all right. All the children are playing. Oh, I just thought of this as well. This is another important thing that you've got to remember. We now can have, we've got children in the fortress. I always forget about this. So we go to labor. I think it's labor. No, it's work orders. Nope. Standing orders and chores. And I've got these 4 dwarven children. I don't care if they do hauling, but I'd prefer them not doing burial and refuse hauling, because that could be like a corpse or like nasty stuff. Yeah, I'm good with all the rest of that stuff. You can milk and you can feed prisoners. And if we have a child that's like going berserk, we can just tell them don't do chores. But for now, I think that's fine. I'll change to everybody harvests as well. And we're going to have to make this bigger because we don't have any bins. So we'll just throw a little bit more space in there. There you guys go. Cut gems. Yeah, he's cutting some gems right now. Microcline. They're digging away. We've got this little tunnel that proceeds away from here. And hopefully... Oh, Kib is fishing. There's a toad. A toad in there. Hey, Toady. Groovy. Planting seeds. Good. Can we get you guys to, like... I know that this is probably, like, a bad thing to use, but I make these stupid things, guys. I'm sick and tired of waiting around. It's really, really getting on my nerves. See, now we can do some cool stuff here. Cave wheat. Cave wheat. Leave fallow. And cave wheat. Nope, just leave fallow. So that's our cave wheat. This one here will be sweet pods. And sweet pods. And I got... I don't think I can eat dimple cups. But sure. And this one's just going to be pigtails, because you can use pigtails for cloth. Quarry bushes, sure. We'll leave it fallow for one. Yeah, winter. Much better. Much better. Now, the thought occurs that we could create a separate tunnel along here, and then we could just block this off. And what that'll do is then we'll have a way to get down here. Maybe we'll expand this out, put some seed stockpiles in, that kind of jazz. after we get the water flowing through here. Hopefully we can get water flowing through here. I'm still quite worried about that, but we can make a secondary tunnel alongside this flume. And once that's been created, then this will be the primary landing spot for our dwarves when they come down the stairs. But yeah, nestled between the cistern here, nestled between the two volcanoes. Kind of need to come up with a name for these guys. The mountain range is called the Beak of Sculptors. So I'll be thinking about that. But I think for now, so we've got everything moved inside. We've got some trade goods that are ready to go. We've got semi-stable food stockpile and drink stockpile. We've got our farming going. We've got our trade depot set up. We've gotten our first migrant wave. These are all real big victories for Anvilseal on this fort. And I'd like to thank you. We're going to leave it there. So I'd like to thank you for joining in today and for following along if you made it this far. And we'll continue in the next episode to find out what happens here in Anvilseal.